Good, YouTube? It's my third time making this video. First time it got age restricted, and the second time I wasn't happy with it. So about a year ago, a little under a year ago, because it was right after they traded for BI, I made a video about how the Toronto Raptors, my Toronto Raptors, were going to be so much better than anyone was giving them credit for. They were like a 13th seed at the time, and I said they'd be like a top 6 seed this year, and that was my conservative estimate. Real talk, if not for injuries, and every team goes through injuries, I know. Just look at the Lakers right now. I got a buddy who's a Lakers fan, and I told him when Austin Reeves went out, it might be tough. I seen it firsthand as a Raptors fan. Just look at how that's worked out for him. But if not for injuries, they could legitimately be like fighting for the 1 seed, if not firmly second in the Eastern Conference. They're tied right now with New York for third. New York's played less games, so they have the tiebreaker somehow. All that being said, there's been some ups and downs. Scotty Barnes, all-star. I think Brandon Ingram should be an all-star too, but there's only so many spots, I know. But Scotty Barnes, that's a future MVP, Defensive Player of the Year right there. Not this season, but that's his ceiling. Those two, obviously, Brandon Ingram, he's just been the killer in the clutch. That was all Toronto ever needed to be good. They've been nothing bad can be said about them. Another bright spot, unexpectedly, Sandro Mamukelashvili. Fucking Mamu. What a god. I never knew how good he was when he played with the Spurs. I think he had one game a couple years ago where he scored like 40 points. Super efficient, a lot of threes. But he's so much better than I ever could have asked for. And he kind of reminds me of, for different reasons, obviously, because they play totally different play styles. But he kind of reminds me of 2015 to 16 Bismack Biyombo when he just played out of his mind for Toronto and then got that huge fucking contract that I knew at the time he was not going to live up to, and he didn't. But he played good for Toronto that year, just like Mamu this year. Colin Murray Boyles, another fucking bright spot. He's the steal of this draft. I think like obviously Cooper Flagg, VJ Edgecombe, they're probably more talented than him, but it's like equating it to 2019 Zion Williamson, John Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr. Which of those 3 guys do you take in? Like, obviously there's a lot of variables there, but I think Colin Murray Boyles could be like the Jaren Jackson Jr. of this draft, right? Like he'll never carry your team on offense. Don't expect him to, but his everything else and all the intangibles, he's like Draymond Green or Jaren Jackson Jr., right? Like I'm very happy with Colin Murray Boyles. Highest draft pick since Scotty Barnes, and he's living up to it. All that being said, there's been a Jamal Shed. Jamal Shed has been really good. Last year, I liked Jacoby Walter more than him in the Raptors rookie class. They had 4, Battle, Shed, Walter, and Mobo. And Walter was my favorite of those 4, but Jamal Shed has looked like he's wearing Fred VanVleet's number, and he fucking rocks it. I'm very happy with Jamal Shed. He should be starting at the point guard because Emmanuel Quickly, low IQ, plays too quickly, has been a fucking bum. He just scored 40 points the other day Career high. But, like, this is the thing about Quickly. He'll give you so many fucking points, and it's so terribly fucking inefficient. Like, in that game where he scored his career high 40 points against Golden State, he was a +1. A plus fucking 1. Jamal Shed, he was like a +20 something. And every time Quickly gets the ball, I just think he's going to turn it over. He might hit a couple threes, but, like, he's already shot you out of the fucking game at that point. Like, Fred VanVleet. I was never high on Fred VanVleet for the same reasons. Ironically, Quickly's 40-point game was the most efficient 40-point game in history, but we're not going to talk about that. That's a one-off. Grady Dick. I said right after they traded for BI that it was always going to come down to Dick, Barrett, and Ingram, who's starting, who's coming off the bench, because one of those guys has to. Are they happy off the bench? Do they fit that role off the bench? And when Barrett's played, Toronto's been one of the best teams in the league, and when he's been out, they haven't. They've really missed him. So, and Grady Dick's just been playing awful this year. He can't even hit threes anymore. He's being outplayed by Jamison Battle, who was undrafted. And, I mean, he's fine. He's a good player. His value's only tanking. Like, trade him now while you can get a fucking first-round pick for him. I like Grady Dick, but he just needs a new role. The decision between him and Barrett has been made for us. Been made very evident with their play this year. So, I mean, yeah, other trades they need to make, like a big man, obviously, and some more shooting, which Dick is supposed to provide, but doesn't. They definitely need some size. Jacoby Walter has been injured this year, which sucks. He really does help a lot, provides a lot of shooting. Yeah, I kind of had more to say, but I had to film this 3 times, like I said. I was never too high on Darko, honestly, but lately, when he's got the tools to work with, he can kind of make something happen with him. So yeah, I mean, I guess I'll leave it at that. I had more to say. I got a script here that's not very good or well thought out. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to know what everyone else thinks about the team right now, for hopes for the future. More updates coming soon.